This seems to be the biggest and most fundamental change when it comes to travel rules here in the U.S. What do we know?
So a lot of rules will be relaxed. The US currently has bans on travelers from many areas, including much of Europe and the UK. So this rule will enable people who prove that they are fully vaccinated to come into the country. And for Americans who want to return from foreign travel, it must at least prove that they have had a test. And unvaccinated people will not be allowed in. So it's kind of, a widened gap between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated once again. We'll see. But this is it's good for travel. It's good for people who have been traveling overseas, perhaps haven't been able to see their family. We saw shares of British Airlines, the parent of British Airlines, jump almost 12% today on this news. So it's the Biden administration trying to sort of restart travel while doing so safely.
And Cara, we had some encouraging results on the Pfizer clinical trial for kids aged 5 to 11, right? What do we know about efficacy, about safety, and how close are we to approval?
Pfizer and BioNTech released results today saying that their vaccine showed an effective production of antibodies in kids from 5 to 12 and at the same time was safe. This was in a dose of about a third the size of the approved adult dose. So it's, they still have to do some more tests on a broader group of people who are enrolled, kids who are enrolled in the trial, but they expect to file an emergency use authorization within weeks. And you have Anthony Fauci, Biden's top medical advisor, coming out today and saying he would expect kids to start being vaccinated before Halloween, which is the end of October. So that's offering some real hope to parents out there and, people who, are hoping to get kids immunized as they're in school right now and parents need to get back to offices. And there's just this worry about transmitting to kids. They represent about 30% of new cases in the US. So it's an important step if it comes to pass.
Cara, U.S. COVID deaths now topping the 1918 flu. We thought that vaccinations would be the game changer. What's happening?
Right. So we passed about 675,000 deaths, which is about equivalent to the 1918 flu. There's, of course, many differences between what happened between now and 1918. Most notably, the population is much larger now than it was in 1918, so it's a lower death rate now. But, experts say it's a real disappointment at a time where we have modern medicine, we have vaccines that can help stop this, and we have 70 million Americans who have chosen not to get the vaccine. So as we know, the virus is far from over. We are still entering the winter, and we will unfortunately have many more deaths to come. So it's just kind of a sad milestone, the fact that we will have a worse toll than in 1918.